Welcome to our channel, Villager Chit Chat. Today we shall have a discussion over online education and its advantages and disadvantages. Okay, before discussing on this particular topic, now let's first have an overview on this particular topic. Like before getting into this topic, let's have some background information. So today we are living the age of science and technology. Here, internet plays important role in every spheres of life. So education is not different from this lifestyles that we are having right now, and especially when you consider the time period, like especially the COVID pandemic situation that we are facing, here this internet plays much more important role as compared to the earlier situations, because at that period of time we were having normal life, but right now we are supposed to maintain distancing, social distancing. Okay? So that's why the virtual platforms plays a much more dominant role as compared to our previous lives. So basically we shall focus the education aspects of the online education or online parts. So how, like, after this the abnormal situation that we are facing right now, or the COVID-19 situations, especially this in this particular 2023 year. So here the virtual platforms, which is catering educations through multiple apps, okay, multiple other virtual platforms that plays quite dominant role in this. So because the students of this period of times are not accessible to the direct educations, offline educations, okay. So in order to discuss on this particular topic, we have two of my colleagues, two my friends. I should not say colleagues, it's very official. So like two of my friends, one is Papu. Okay, he is a teacher in Chhattisgarh. He teaches English. Okay, and another one of my friends is Sanjeev. He is like lecturer in economics. He teaches in Cochinda College. So like they are here to discuss more on this particular topic and give us. We are hopeful of giving overview 360 perspective over to Papu. Okay.
Yeah, online education is going on right now in this pandemic situation, and now it has some positive aspects also. In this online education, there is no age limits about any person in any ages. He or she can able to learn through the online education. It will be very important and very good aspects for that particular person who wants to get knowledge through the online education. And second one is there is no.
Like to focus.
Okay. So mainly, as you know that the online education is one of the someone for it is a blessing for the people, or someone is a curse for the people. So basically the main focus is one of that is the advantages of this particular online classes is that there is no age barriers in that particular one. So especially there is no age limit on that particular courses. So that is one of the aspect of the online courses.
And one thing is that a person is sitting in a different place, whether it is far from the 100 kilometers or 200 kilometers, that particular students will get the knowledge, whether the teacher is teaching in Delhi or Mumbai. That is another matter. And that is a good advantage for the students, those who want to learn.
Especially right, you are right by focusing on this particular point. That see, when there are so many teachers who are like, they are not accessible in rural areas, right? In village area they are not accessible, but they have expertise, so that they are living in a very metropolitan city. Okay, so like we can get such quality content by their delivery through online platforms, which you cannot get through this by living in a very rural or the remote or the village area. You cannot have access to such kind of services. But through online platform you can get easily. Okay.
Easily.
That is, yeah, you have made a very right point. Okay.
It is not any geographical barriers.
Definitely.
Then third positive points is that we can get the persons who is in a good knowledge and create very good knowledge now. He is not from the rural area. He is Obviously, he lives in the metropolitan city. Whether the rural people is unable to get the offline platform from that particular teacher, who is very good knowledgeable person. So through the online platform, we can have a good connections with that particular teacher and get some extra knowledge as rural people, whether they are poor or rich, that is another matter.
Right.
So in the online platform, mainly we just getting a several that is several perspective like your materials. We just collect it by easily or free of cost.
Right.
It is available free of cost.
Cost effective.
Yes. So that's why it is one of the advantages for the online classes.
Just
Yeah.
just need a good connections or network.
Right.
Yeah.
So see, earlier what happens, like you have to purchase so many books, thousands. You have to spend thousands and so hundreds and thousands of rupees and buy books. Okay. Now you can get those books on your online platform free of cost, right? So another thing is that like earlier what was happening, like as you mentioned, the cost effective factors, or it has become very economic. Okay. So earlier what you used to do, suppose you want to prepare for civil service, okay, so you need to go to the Delhi, okay, you need to go to the Bhubaneswar and join a coaching center, okay, so by which what happened, like you have to pay house rent, okay, and the books fees, okay, then your coaching fees, okay, everything you are giving there. But now what you are doing, by just sitting in the inside the home, you are getting all the things, all the services, just sitting in the home, and just it is completely free of cost. So it is completely economic.
Usually the people who are belonging from the poor family now, they get benefited from the online classes.
Right.
Then another positive point is that it's very good connections between two a wealthy person or a poor person also.
By making it cost effective, definitely it has become very helpful for the poor students, for the poor aspirants who are aspiring different competitive exams. Okay.
In this pandemic, in COVID pandemic situations, each and every school and colleges is now closed.
Right.
Not a single school and college is open. So the schools are creating such online classes with the help of that particular school teacher. Then students will get the benefit from their teacher without any classroom and any other thing. They have a good connection through the online classes, and students can ask the questions through the online classes also, and teachers will give the correct answers, and it's very good. It's a very good connection. Whether the teacher is not in that particular school, but student also get the benefit. It's very good thing for the student.
One of my observations, I don't know whether you will agree with that particular observations. One of my observations is that, like, I have not been a teacher in my past, but you have been a teacher, so you will understand the better way. So what happened, like when you are teaching the classroom, okay, what happened, like the students are reluctant, okay, they are to ask questions, okay, they don't feel confident to ask questions to the teacher in the classroom. But in online platform, what happened, like they are not reluctant to ask questions, okay, because you are not seeing in the you are virtual.
Students have some fear to ask. They feel hesitation to ask. Hesitant. In the time of asking question, they feel awkward. That's why they are
what you are doing, just you are clicking, okay, just your questions, and teacher is just seeing on the platform and is answering your questions. Okay.
So it's a good thing for the student also.
So this is all about the advantages.
So there might be a couple of points. Would you like to say anything else?
No, you can proceed.
Okay, all right. So the thing is that I think the online platform is much more flexible. Flexible in the sense that, like earlier what was happening, like suppose you are not interested to do classes during the daytime, okay, or from 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, you are not interested at that period of time, you are not in a mood to take classes. So what you can easily skip that particular time And easily, whenever you are interested, suppose take for example at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you are interested at the 9. Okay. So what at that particular period of time you can just go with that particular video, and you can get access to the services. Same, okay, without losing the quality control.
But the students have some interest about in that time also. Then you can able to take the class.
Another point that I find like it is 24/7 interactions. Okay,
Interaction.
especially when you are doing offline classes at that period of time, like only in the classes you can ask questions to the teacher. Okay. So, but when you are in an online platform, you can ask teacher the questions at any time, right? Through email, okay, through WhatsApp,
So WhatsApp.
through Facebook, okay, you can ask questions at any time. And whenever that the teachers like getting or seeing that particular questions, then at this period of time he can answer according to his convenience.
According to his convenience.
Right. So these are all the merit points that you discussed, right? So like not only the merits, okay, we shall also see the different aspects, okay, different side of this particular topic of online education. There are a couple of demerit points, or the black, or the what I should say dark side of the
Dark side.
online education. Okay. So now we shall have focus on the dark side of the online education. Okay. So then proceed with your points.
First and most important thing is that one of the demerits, the internet connection is not available each and every villages of our country or throughout the world also.
Right.
Those people who don't have the internet connection properly, they are unable to get such type of facility, where the people of the metropolitan city, they are obviously the internet connection is there. They can able to get such type of facility. But the rural people where the internet connection is not here, it is impossible for them to get such type of facility.
Right. Right.
And second thing is that
Would you like to say anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just say that in cost aspect, the nowadays the cost of the internet connection is nowadays increasing by a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially the
So
Geo, we
they-
are already seeing
Yeah.
how Geo is increasing its tariff.
So the poor person cannot afford to the connection activity of that particular.
Smartphone also.
Yeah.
Smartphone also very
all
common.
the people who are belonging from the person, they don't have the smartphone or Android set also.
Right.
How can they use the internet with the Nokia mobile, a small Nokia mobile?
Yeah.
They are unable to get the facility.
Right.
So it is one of the barrier for the online classes.
Definitely.
And online classes from app is being used, and they are getting, for example, Byju's and another app. They are creating extra charges. As compared to the last few years now, the charges were so small, but nowadays it keeps increasing. So the people, the students who are belonging from the not wealthy family now, they are unable to pay the amount also. It's very negative thing.
Oh, right.
So another point is that the main problem of the online courses or the online classes is that there is no any interaction of the student and teacher. That's why the problem regarding this online classes.
Face-to-face interaction.
Yeah, only face to face, but not the any direct relationship to the or the interaction to the student.
There is no,
That's why it is a
there
barrier
is no
one.
eye contact
Yeah.
between students and teacher.
Teaching.
In the classroom situation, the teacher can focus all the students. In the presence of the teachers now, all the students are in front of the teacher. The teacher can see all the students. But in the online classes, he can't interact with all the students. It's one of the negative things that the students unable to interact with the students, teachers unable to interact with the students. With how does he interact in the offline classes?
So basically, like from both of your points, I got that like basically the online platform is not so engaging in nature,
Engaging
right?
in nature, yeah.
So as it is like far distance, the teacher is far distance from the students.
Yeah.
So at that period of time, nobody knows what the students is doing. Okay,
Yeah.
whether he is sleeping, whether he's eating, okay, while watching your content, okay, whether he's doing eating, sleeping, we don't know, okay.
We don't know
So
it.
he is not doing that particular thing with the proper attention.
Proper attention.
Okay, he is not involved in that particular,
Yeah.
but he is not into that particular teaching process. Okay, so he might not be, okay, teaching learning process might not be so effective,
Not successful.
not successful,
Not
right?
successful in performance.
Yeah.
And then one of the negative point is that students don't go to the school, just he or she only sits in their respective homes, and they study, whether they study in their room or not study, that is another matter. But if the students don't go to the school, they don't have the proper energy or proper anything, that he doesn't want to study properly. If a student goes to school and teachers give some homeworks and any other thing, the students forcefully he must do in a proper manner. But the online classes, the students neglecting a lot.
So another aspect is that the disadvantage of this online class is that mainly it's create a bad impact to our health condition nowadays.
Right, right.
Yeah. So as we just focus on the mobile phones or the smartphone or laptop, anything else, the eye of that particular student is deteriorating.
Right.
Okay.
The health condition deteriorates.
Students from class 5 to class 6
Yeah.
they need to wear the spectacles. It's one of the negative impacts.
Okay.
Excessive using of the smartphones also. It creates a negative impact to the students' minds also.
Right, right.
With the help of the online classes, students are misusing the smartphone also.
Yeah.
And the parents are not cooperating with the students properly with their children, so they are misusing the smartphone.
Right,
also.
right. The parents, they think that their students is involved in the teaching, learning things,
Teaching anything.
but it might be involving other aspects.
Other aspects.
So this can be
And
one
the
of the
parents should be so cautious regarding all the things, whether their child is studying or doing any other thing.
right.
Actually, it happens mainly. I just focus is that in a YouTube platform, mainly there is, as you see a video, particular video, in that under the video there is a recommended video for you.
Right, right.
Yeah, in that recommended video, we just see the it is one of the rushed video type. That is a negative impact for the student. I
Right,
see.
right, right.
So you just most focuses on that particular one, not
right,
focus on the actual content.
Right. So like on the video that you are watching, when you get like a different video which might be related to entertainment things, okay. So when you are getting those content, then you are skipping those original teaching learning content. You are going to the like unnecessary content.
Unnecessary content.
So student is deviating by
Deviating.
consuming online services. Right. Another point that I found, like the online teaching learning process cannot, like it can give, it is good for the giving lectures and all, okay, but I don't find that it is fruitful for training a person or giving skill to the persons, okay, because like apart from this teaching, learning, okay, classroom learning, we are supposed to learn so many life skills, right? In classroom teaching, we can get such life skills, okay. Teacher can teach you so many things
So many
apart
things.
from your subject matter. Okay, but
personal
which
matters
cannot
also.
be taught in the online classes, right? So like how to improve your communication skills, okay, how to improve like behavior, okay, such, or the body languages, okay,
Other activities can't be done by the teacher.
supervised
now.
by the teacher, right?
Can't be done. Can't be supervised by the
So,
teacher.
so in order to impart these skills and the training, it's not fruitful. Like online education is not fruitful.
Let's give
So, should we go to conclusion part?
conclusion part.
Actually, is there any solution part
Solution
like government interference?
Government, if the network, the internet connection,
No, it's like no. Already we have discussed the merit points, right?
Merit point is there, but is there any correction of the particular one that we just
Right,
discussed
right.
the
There are
negative impact?
like
the
there are.
point which I have made, the misusing of the Android phones by the students, and the parents should have
Proper supervision.
proper supervisions to their children. Then whether they stole it properly or not. If just provide the mobile phones and they are busy with their works now, it's create a very negative impact in the future stream of the students. So, first and foremost thing is that the cooperations of the parents to their children is first most important things of the online classes.
And another thing, like as we are talking about this smartphone availability, okay, or the network accessibility aspect, okay. On the things like government plays a dominant role. All the different like the companies that they are catering such kind of services. It is their responsibility to provide networks in all the areas,
Remote area.
all the remote areas also. So apart from this, government has also responsibility when you are like shifting over to the online platforms from this complete offline that or the conventional uses that we are going in the education system. When you are suddenly shifting over to these online platforms, then especially here it becomes the responsibility of the government to make accessible to the remote parts or those who are poor or financially not sound. Okay, it's the responsibility of the government to provide such kind of devices so that they can access to such contents.
It's going on. It will be available season everywhere. It will take time to maintain all the things by the government.
Right.
So when it will maybe take 10 years to 12, 20 years, or next generation will get the will be benefited.
Nobody knows when this will come. Should we go to the conclusion part? Okay, so like after having the overall discussion on the online education, its merit and demerit points, the conclusion that we get is like it has both positives and the negative points. But the thing is that how you utilize a particular things that ultimately depends whether it is a blessing for you or the cost for you, right?
As per your use.
Like smartphone, it can make you a good human being. You can teach you so many skills, so much knowledge. Okay. But the thing is that how you utilize the smartphone, that ultimately depends upon you. That ultimately depends upon the students. Okay, that is one thing. Another thing is there are when there are a couple of deficiencies in order to access these smartphones and these online educations. This deficiency should be compensated by the government and the different what do you say this communications companies.
Communication companies should decrease the amount rate of the internet charges.
Or government should subsidize like classrooms and we cannot maintain social distancing in the classroom, right? So on this present context or present juncture, it is the online education that is best way to cater educations, okay, educational services. It is the best platform to learn something. Okay, so there is no alternative to this according to the present situation. So whatever the deficiencies that are in the by catering the online educations, the deficiencies should be compensated, okay, by the authority, and it should provide this it should give a very, what I would say, it should make a convenient environment for all the students to get access to the online education, so that everybody, so that sabka saath sabka vikas would happen. Not only the vikas of the people who are accessing higher sophisticated devices, but also the people who are living in the village and the remote area, like us.
We will be benefited.
So this is the conclusion of this topic. So thank you all for viewing our channels, and we request you to subscribe our channels. Okay, thank you. They are selling such devices so that people with low financial background that can have also access to such devices. Okay, this is one thing.
And government should open up the online courses like your MOOC, online institution.
Through MOOC, already government is providing so many courses.
And also launch the satellite also, educational satellite like your GSAT or ESAT.
It is going on.
Already
going on.
There are so many platforms.
There is most advantageous technology was there. That's why I am just talking.
Like Swayam, there is Swayam Prabha. Through Swayam Prabha, government is already catering like there are 32 DTH channels. So with so many courses as being like provided to students. Okay, so such kind of things are very much helpful to the students, especially during this pandemic situations. Okay,
But
so ultimately, I would like to say, like as you have already concluded, move out to the conclusion part.
yeah,
So, like ultimately, you shall say, like at the current juncture that we are facing right now,
yeah,
today it is not possible for anybody to go to the. So, but it has so many negatives as well as positive points. When you are catering educations, or when you are learning through the virtual platforms, it has so many negatives as well as positive points. So today we shall have a proper or overall discussions, or we shall have a 360-degree overview on this particular topic. So how by disseminations of education through virtual platforms, what are the merits and the demerit points? We shall have overview or total discussions over it. Okay. So